What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Roddy Rod. As always, hit that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and enjoy the show. This is going to be a quick video. Recently, Don Lemon came out and made a couple of remarks. Him and Bill Maher were talking, and he said some quite controversial topics. I started to go through the whole video and have it on her, but you know, I didn't know if Don Lemon was gonna have it taken down or whatever. So I basically just got the clips from off of other pages as Twitter and any other social media platforms that I have. And I seen this one clip. Well, I got two clips I'm gonna play, but this one clip here, he was saying basically that there is no logical black Trump supporter. Now, me personally, I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not full blown Republican. It's a lot of things that I don't agree with. It's some stuff that even with Trump that I don't agree with. But overall, I like a lot of their policies. I think majority of their policies are going to help black people, And, when black people hear that there are black people that support um, the Republican Party or Trump, then they always ask questions like, well, they're not going to give you reparations. Well, I didn't vote for Trump for reparations. Um, Nobody is actually just going to give you reparations. When it comes to black people, you're going to have to do something that you probably don't want to do to get reparations. Okay. It's not, nobody is just going to give you something. I guarantee you that. You always claim that these parties hate us. If they hate you so bad, then why are you asking them to give you something? That doesn't make any sense. But some of the policies that I think that's going to help black people are the no immigration policy, cleaning up the streets, trying to put money in our pockets, things like that. Democrats, they're pushing LGBTQ, abortion. Those things do not help the black community out at all. And when I say the black community, I'm talking about black Americans, foundational black Americans in this United States. That stuff is not going to help us at all. I know it's not. I used to be on board with it. I'm not on board with it anymore. I actually feel like I was brainwashed into thinking that way for obvious reasons because typically most black people are Democrats, but I had to break away from that. I had to think, no, I got a long time to be here. And if I keep going with that group, then they're going to clean us out. And I can't do that anymore. But Don Lemon was actually saying that there are not any black logical Trump supporters, which is crazy. So let's see what he had to say.
It's the same thing that when I see not all black Republicans, but I see a black MAGA person who is carrying Donald Trump's water and they know that he's lying. It is the shortest line to the front. Because
I hate when they say that they say that we know that he's lying. And I don't think he's lying. I think that the Democrats are so obsessed with this man that anything he says, they just say that it's a lie. They don't fact check it. They don't do anything, right? I even had somebody, I heard him in a space. I'll be on Twitter a lot. And they were saying, oh, it's this tweet that came out that said Trump wanted to make Alaska a state and all of this other stuff. And I'm thinking, that's got to be fake as hell. And he was just adamant about it. Like, oh, no, it's real. It's real. I got the tweet right here. He posted it on Truth Social. Then somebody actually made him look it up and he found out that it wasn't true. Now, this is the same guy. And I don't got no issues with this guy. He's cool. Very cool individual. But when it comes to Democrat stuff, he always wants receipts. If you say something, he wants you to prove it. But yet, when they see stuff on Trump, at the first sign, no matter how stupid it is, they run with it every single time. I don't care who it is. When people post stuff online about Trump, they just run with it. But when you post stuff or you say stuff about the Democratic Party, you need receipts. You always need to prove yourself. But they never prove anything that they say. All they say is he's lying. He's making it up. Everything with them is feelings, emotions. They actually said that he was getting rid of Medicaid. And then when they did the what was it, the resolution bill that got passed, he actually added like $20 million to it. But they're not going to tell you stuff like that. They're just going to say, oh, he's going to cut, he's going to cut, he's going to cut. But a lot of times when they cut, they're actually cutting waste. Waste is something that you don't need. They automatically assume that he's going to take something away. He's going straight after programs and ending them, and that ain't true. I think he even added some money to, I think, what was it, food stamps? So people, when they hear this stuff, they hate this man so much. It's true. It's Trump derangement syndrome. And Don Lemon has Trump derangement syndrome. Even when you used to watch his show that he has by himself, right before the election, he was going out asking people about who were they voting for, and people were saying Trump, and he just couldn't believe it. He couldn't wrap his mind around why people were saying this. Done. People are tired of these agendas that the Democrats are pushing. We get it. You're a gay man. A lot of us don't want this stuff in our schools. We don't want to keep seeing it on TV. It goes against a lot of people's moral values, even Democrats, whether they say it or not. But yet they still vote for that stuff and still back him. Nobody is saying hate these people or get rid of these people like they want to call everybody Nazis and fascists. Nobody's saying that. We just saying that we don't like what's going on. And for you to say that we know he's lying, that's a lie.
Because if you're black and you're whatever, you're just in line with a bunch of other Democrats that are doing the same thing that you're doing. But if you become a black MAGA person, it's like, whoa, let's book this person, let's put him on television.
So you don't think you can be a sincere black MAGA person?
No, I just said, I don't think that, I just said, I think there can be sincere Republicans.
But you can't be a sincere black Republican?
I don't think that you can be a rational MAGA, be black and be a rational MAGA person. I think you can.
That's why I keep saying this, and I'm going to say it again. These people, they say a lot of white people are racist, but I'm telling you, some of these black people, they are racist. Because how can you as a black person get mad at another black person for liking a white man? That's basically what they're trying to say. How can you like that white man? That's what it boils down to for them. It's really not about what he says or what he does. They just say that as an excuse, but they really racist because at the end of the day, I promise you, if it was a black person was saying the same stuff that Trump is saying about getting immigrants out of here and trying to increase wages, and if he would have said, I'm putting Doge out there and I might give everybody $5,000 checks, I promise you black people would be on board with that. But because it's a white man, they want to act a damn fool and say that any black person that's voting with him or likes him is racist. I mean, they just saying that we crazy, but they're the ones that's racist. These people are racist. They just don't want to admit it. Funny thing is, Don has a white man for a partner, but he always acts like he doesn't like white men. These people do this all the time. Some of these black women that get on TV and act like they don't like white men, they always saying something about white men this, white men that. You look them up and they have a white husband, which is crazy to me. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. They pushing an agenda. That's what I'm saying. They live in a certain type of lifestyle, but they get on TV and push a certain agenda. And people got to stop falling for this stuff. Once you start looking into these people's backgrounds, seeing how they used to be, or what they used to vote for, or what they used to talk about, you'll be amazed. It's incredible.
You can be black and be a Republican.
I think they would find that very insulting.
Well, I mean, the truth is often insulting. If the same thing.
See, it's insulting for us, but it's not insulting for him. When we tell the truth about them, it's not insulting. It's we just lying and we don't like them and they got all these excuses. That ain't true what he's saying. It's not true. They just don't like Donald Trump. These are the same people, the Democrats, that wouldn't even stand for Lake and Raleigh, DJ, and the other young lady who was killed by immigrants, illegal immigrants. So how do you explain that type of stuff? Dude is actually protecting his country, and they sit up here talking about they hate him. Look what just happened today. What, a couple of days ago. You got Trump sending these immigrants, where was it to? Is it Venezuela? These gang members. I don't think it was Venezuela. That's wrong. It's some other place. They were sending these gang members who had committed these crimes in our country to this prison. And then you got judges trying to stop it. Then you got Democrats that's trying to help them get them back over here. What? They're criminals. We got to set an example for some of these people. You can't come over here and just do whatever the hell you want to do. Do you know when you go to other countries what happens? They don't play with you. See, over here in this country, we want to protect individuals that do harm to the public, who come over here with bad intentions, people who don't even like the country. Well, I'm sick of it. I don't want to be a part of that party anymore. And it's a lot of other people that felt the same way like me. So the Democrats can keep going along with their BS tactics, caping for all of these groups that we don't care about because we want to do America first, which ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's not a racist statement. And they want to act like it's something wrong with us. No, we're tired of it. We want to be first. Take care of the American people first. Then we can help other people. But until then, I don't care. And I don't give a damn. I'm not trying to help these other people. Stay and fix your countries. It took us hundreds of years to fix our country. It may take you some time, but you need to stay and fix your country. Don't bring your bad ways, bad habits over here and try to take over what we got going on and ruin what we have. It's going to stop. So if we can get another Republican or possibly Trump, and I know people don't want to hear that, I'll vote for him again. Period. Check this clip out. Now, Don is talking about running AOC and all of these people again, which is fine by me. I want him to run these people. I'm going to play the clip. It's just a black screen right now. I want them to run these people because they're making a big mistake. They're doubling down on something that's going to totally wreck the party. We already know this. This is a failing party. It's a dead party. Let's look at the stats. Let me read this article. Now, this article is from CNN. It's a CNN poll. Democratic Party's favorability drops to a record low. It's by Ariel Edwards Levy from CNN. Says it's a 5-minute read. The Democratic Party's favorability rating among Americans stands at a record low. According to a new CNN poll conducted by SSRS, fueled in part by dimming views from its own frustrated supporters, with many in the party saying publicly that their leaders should do more to stand up to President Donald Trump. Democrats and Democratic aligned independents say 57% to 42% that Democrats should mainly work to stop the Republican agenda, which I think is a bad move. If they want to sit here and waste a lot of time just to stop the Republican agenda, that is a failing strategy. I cannot tell you how bad a strategy that is. When so many people in this country align and love what the Republican Party is doing, and you to try to go against it, you just signing your death warrant for your party. That's all you're doing. It says rather than working with the GOP majority to get some Democratic ideas into legislation. The survey was taken March 6th to 9th, 6 to 9, days before 10 Democratic senators, including Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, voted with Republicans in the chamber to advance a GOP authored spending bill to avert a government shutdown. Much to the chagrin of many other Democratic lawmakers and progressive critics, the majority's desire to fight the GOP marks a significant change in the party's posture from the start of Trump's first term. A September 2017 poll found a broad 74% of Democrats and Democratic leaners saying their party should work with Republicans in an attempt to advance their own priorities, and just 23% advocating for a more combative approach. That should tell you a lot right there. But that's from 2017. From September 17 to March 2025. This is it. Says in shift from Trump's first term, most Democratic aligned adults say the party should focus on trying to stop the GOP agenda. Question asked of Democrats and Democratic leaning independents. With Republicans in control of Congress and the presidency in general, do you think the Democrats should mainly work with the Republicans to try to get some Democratic ideas in the legislation, or should mainly work to stop the Republican agenda? And the purple line says they want you to work with Republicans. The blue line says they want work to stop the Republican agenda. Now, here it goes. From September 17 to March 2025, 23%, all the way up to 57% says they want to stop the Republican agenda. From 74% down to 42% says they want to work with the Republicans. Now it says Democratic aligned adults say 52% to 48% that the leadership of the Democratic Party is currently taking the party in the wrong direction. That's another shift from 8 years ago when views on this metric were largely positive. Among the American public overall, the Democratic Party's favorability rating stands at just 29%, a record low in CNN's polling dating back to 1992, and a drop of 20 points since January 2021, when Trump exited his first term under the shadow of the January 6th attack on Capitol. The Republican Party's rating currently stands at 36%. That's driven in part by relatively high levels of dissatisfaction within the Democratic Party. Just 63% of Democrats and Democratic leaning independents report a favorable view of their own party, a dip from 72% in January and 81% at the start of President Joe Biden's administration. The decline comes across ideological wings, with favorability ratings for the Democratic Party falling by 18 points among liberals and moderates alike since the start of 2021. So the Democrats' favorability rating stands at just 29%, a record low. 29%. When a couple of years ago, the Democrats was the most favorite party in this country, and it had been going on for years. So that's why it was always a shocker when the Republicans would win elections, even the presidency. It was a big shocker when Donald Trump tore down that blue wall. Couldn't believe it. That alone should tell these people something. But they never, it seems like nothing's clicking. It's never clicking with these people. They just doubling down. They haven't changed tactics. They haven't changed policies. They haven't changed strategies. They just gonna stick to the old game plan. Trust me, that don't work. I'm a Cowboys fan. These fools been sticking to the same game plan for 30 years and it hasn't worked. I'm telling you, you need to do something different. When you see everybody else around you doing something different and getting better, and you see that they're improving, that should tell you a lot. The Dallas Cowboys are in a division with other teams. Look at the Washington Redskins. They changed management, changed a whole new philosophy. Now look at them. They're on an upward trajectory. I'm going to say that they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm not going to get into that. I don't know if they're going to win it next year, but they're going to win one. I'm going to say before we win one again. I'm just going to be honest with you. So look, the Democrats can keep doing the same stuff that they've been doing, but it ain't going to work. It's a failing strategy. You're just wasting your time. But back to this Don Lemon and his bad talking points. Let's see what he got to say on this one.
People love AOC. People love Jasmine Crockett. People love Eric Swalwell and the like. And I think that the Democratic Party should put the people out there who the people want. They should put the politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for.
I'm going to tell you something. If they sit up here and try to run Jasmine Crockett, they in for a rude awakening. They're going to try to put her out there with this fake ghetto stick when she's not really even ghetto. She was raised privileged. Now she's on TV cussing, doing TikTok dances and TikTok clips. They don't get it. They just don't get it. And once again, my people, black people, you should be insulted because they putting forward a black woman that they trying to say represents you. She's being ghetto, cursing. Is that what you want? It's the same thing when Kamala Harris would bring out all of these rappers and just this crazy stuff. Like, is that how you get our vote? Is that what you think of us? That we ratchet, wear wigs and lots of makeup and make TikTok dances, twerking, half naked? Trust me, if y'all keep going along with that, that's how they're going to continue to look at you. They showing you how they feel about you when they putting stuff like that forward. But hey, what do I know? But I know how this stuff is. The people usually in the beginning who say this stuff, you're going to get bashed. And maybe 10, 15 years from now, when a lot of people come around, then they're going to try to say you was right. But by that time, they probably going to been and beat us down so bad. That's just the God's honest truth. And then other people who come up around that time, they're going to get praised. But the people in the beginning who want to speak out, who's not, on the more favorable side of things, a lot of people don't align with us in our thinking. We're gonna get hit the hardest. That's how it goes. But I'm just up here telling the truth. I don't want people like Jasmine Crockett representing me. She doesn't represent me, and the stuff that she says is very un-American. Like the time when she said she was rooting for Canada and I think she said Mexico. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're not rooting for America? You're an American. That's what you always hear from the Democrats. They always rooting on our downfall. Anything that the Republicans do, they rooting on it to be a downfall. They don't want it to work, which in turn, you're really saying you want you to fail also because we are a part of these policies, whether you like it or not. I don't really hear the Republicans saying that when the Democrats are in office. They just say they don't like the policies, but they don't be saying that they want the president to fail. They are constantly saying that they want Donald Trump to fail. They don't want this to happen. They don't want that to happen. But they call themselves Americans. That's not very American, if you ask me. I can't get with it, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But like I say, if they want to run these people and put them forward, go right ahead. It's a failing strategy. They're gonna get blowed out the water. I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. I don't think the Democrats are gonna win the next couple of elections. I don't. I don't see it. I don't see it. They try to make it seem as if people really don't like what's going on, but go out in the real world. You don't hear people complaining about Trump. I guarantee you don't. I guarantee you don't. But when Biden and the Democrats are in there, you constantly hearing people saying they don't like what's going on. They may not, even the Democrats, they may not say it, but they'll just say, "Man, the price is too high. Everything is expensive. This, and that, and I can't stand what's going on." But they keep absolving the Democratic Party of what's going on. That's how you know it's some BS, because now that Trump is in there, people don't be saying that, man. It's the only thing they can always go back to, I don't like what he said. I just some stuff he say, I just don't like it. What? Eh, I don't care about what he said. That's not doing nothing for me. I'm looking at policies. I'm looking at what's going on. I'm looking at what's being done. I'm looking at what he's putting forward. I'm looking at the people that he's taking out of the country. I'm looking at the immigration. I'm looking at Doge. I'm looking at budget cuts. I'm looking at what he's funding, what he's not funding, who he's supporting, who he's not supporting. That's what I'm looking at. See, all that emotional stuff, then if you're very emotional, you're gonna keep voting for the Democrats. Period. That's just what it's gonna be. You're gonna keep voting for the Democrats because you living emotionally. You're voting emotionally, and that's what they want, especially from black people. As long as they keep you emotional and in fear of something, you're gonna continue to vote for the Democrats. If they can always scare you, you're gonna continue to vote for the Democrats. Like I said in another video, what did they try to do recently? They tried to reintroduce HR 40. That's because they're trying to get black people on board. Have you heard anything about HR 40 since? I think you haven't, and you won't. Now, when election time come around, then they're gonna start talking about HR 40 again. Watch what I tell you. They're gonna start acting like we're gonna do something about reparations this time. It's a joke, and people gonna fall for it. That's the sad part about it. Y'all sitting up here, y'all talking about voting for Donald Trump or the Republicans again, and the Democrats talking about giving us reparations. You ain't heard that same play from them before? You say the Republicans ain't gonna do it, but these fools is acting like they gonna do it, and they not gonna do it. So you gonna vote for them? You gonna fall for that again? It doesn't make any sense. So let them run AOC. Let them run Jasmine Crockett, because they're gonna try to run her for president. Mark my words. She's gonna come out in her rallies and she's gonna do a bunch of cussing. She gonna be a she gonna do a lot of sister girling and a bunch of cussing. I promise you that. She gonna get y'all riled up. She gonna come out one time and just say, you know what? Fuck Trump. And everybody, yeah. And it's gonna be a big ass joke. Making black folks look crazy on stage. I can't get with it. And I won't get with it. But as always, like I say, appreciate y'all watching the video. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Also, if you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell at the top so you can get my notifications and you can see whenever I post new content or when I go live. And as always, I'm going to catch y'all next time. Peace.